Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. And if you have election fatigue, don't worry, so do we. We are all watching with great anticipation what the final results will be. So let's update where we stand as follows. We have 90% of the votes in that have been counted, and at last count we have Kahol Velavan headed by Benny Gantz, that's the blue and white party, just one seat ahead of Prime Minister Netanyahu's Likud party. So what does this mean? Well, what is very, very interesting is that we do have a deadlock. However, third on our list of parties coming in is the Joint Arab List. Now, this is quite extraordinary because this shows that the state of Israel, who many of its detractors call an apartheid state, the third highest performing party is the party made up of Arab representation to the Knesset. Now, they have backed Gantz for a prime minister. They say that they will enter into a coalition or a unity government as long as Prime Minister Netanyahu isn't leading that. So that leaves all the other parties, and in particular the kingmaker, or is he the kingslayer, Avigdor Lieberman, head of Yisrael Beitenu party, his party doubling their last performance in April, where they had 5 seats. They are now up to 9 seats. Avigdor Lieberman has said that not even in a parallel universe will he sit in a government with the Joint Arab List. However, he advocates for a unity government. I know this is all very confusing. If you think you're confused, we're just as confused. This morning, a very, very cautious Benny Gantz said that he is open to a very, very good unity government. However, Prime Minister Netanyahu may not be one to give up his power so quickly. So what remains now is that the final tally of 10% of votes, which encompasses people in hospitals, people in the army, people serving in the diplomatic corps overseas, they still have to be voted. Their votes still have to be counted. The Electoral Commission will then give all the results to President Rivlin, and President Rivlin will call in the party heads who he thinks will be able to best form the next government. Will it be a coalition? Will it be a unity government? It all depends on who's prepared to sit where and who is prepared to enter into agreements with others. Now, Ehud Barak, who recently entered politics with his Democratic Party, he appealed to the Labour Party headed by Amir Peretz to join up with the ultra-Orthodox and maybe form a bloc that will join perhaps with Benny Gantz. And Labour Party leader Amir Peretz says under no circumstances does he want to enter into a coalition where Prime Minister Netanyahu is the head. Could we see a unity government with a rotation between Prime Minister Netanyahu and Benny Gantz? Is the deciding factor going to be criminal charges that Prime Minister Netanyahu is still facing? It's very confusing. However, it is fascinating, it is electric, it is democracy, Israel style, and once we have final results tomorrow, we will bring them to you on the Israel Brief. As you can hear, even the dogs in the neighborhood are getting in on the action and having their opinion. So this is the major news for today. Other headlines coming in is that President Trump, the president of the USA, has reinstated sanctions against Iran. What this means, and could it impact on elections here? We do know that one thing Prime Minister Netanyahu is going to push forward is his relationship with the American president, as well as his very, very stern stance on Iran. So we're keeping it short but very intense today on the Israel Brief, and we'll have all your updates and hopefully absolute final results tomorrow. Now, if you want to check out our content, you can go to www.layoftheland.online. You can hear voices from the Arab world that you don't often get to hear in the mainstream media. And if you like that, you can also check us out on Facebook. Join our growing community, like us, follow us, and don't forget to invite your friends. It's where it's all happening, people. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Israel Brief. I'm Rolene Marks with your almost the election results, and we'll chat again tomorrow.